Hi everyone, so for today's lesson, we're going to be learning about fractions. Now, before we get started, I want to go over the definition of a fraction. So I wrote the definition here on my dry erase board. The definition of a fraction is an equal part to a whole. Now, during this lesson, we're going to explore more about fractions and what this really means. Now, before we get started learning more about fractions, there's something that I want us to learn about. I want us to learn about one whole. Now, I'm going to draw it on my dry erase board so you can see how it looks like. Now, on my dry erase board, I drew a circle, which remember, a circle is a 2D shape. So this circle equals one whole, and we haven't cut it up or partitioned it into any type of fraction that is an equal part. We haven't done anything. So every shape will start out like this. Let's say we were doing a square. So I'm going to draw how one whole looks like for a square. Now remember, when you're looking at one whole, that's just how the shape looks all together. We haven't partitioned it. We haven't cut it up into halves, into fours. We haven't done anything to it. It is just one whole. Now this is very important because right now we haven't started to partition it. Partition means to cut up. We haven't started to partition it into fractions yet, but we're going to get to that. So for this lesson, all we did was we reviewed the definition of a fraction, which let's review it again. A fraction is an equal part to a whole. And we went over what a whole looks like. Remember, when we have a whole, we have not partitioned it yet, which means we haven't cut it up. We haven't put lines to cut it up equally yet. We haven't done any of that. Okay, so it's just one whole. We haven't done anything to it. So that's all for today's lesson.